This is Ethan, an MSc graduate student. Ethan is performing a procedure involving acetone. He knows that working with acetone must be performed inside a working and intact chemical fume hood. Upon finishing the procedure, Ethan poured the used acetone solution into the chemical waste tank, located inside the chemical fume hood. Ethan didn't notice that the waste container doesn't specify its exact contents. He poured the acetone waste into the chemical waste container and did not close the sash all the way through, while continuing to work on an adjacent bench along with another PhD graduate named David. After a few minutes, a blast sound came out of the chemical fume hood. Following the blast, Ethan and David realized their arms were hurt from glass shards. Security was called into the accident scene. The graduates were evacuated to the local infirmary and from there to the hospital for further treatment, which included X-ray and sutures of the wounds. While working in a chemical fume hood, one must make sure that there are separate chemical waste containers for organic waste, acidic waste, basic waste, and for solids. The containers should be positioned at the rear of the chemical fume hood in secondary containers according to the waste chemicals compatibility. The containers must be properly labeled, stating their contents and the last date they were used. The chemical residues will be poured to the compatible waste container. For example, acetone can be evacuated to the same container along with acetic acid, but cannot be evacuated to the same container along with neither nitric acid nor sodium hypochlorite. We recommend using the Cameo Chemicals app to safely and conveniently make sure which chemicals are compatible. Don't forget, to treat chemical waste, the required personal protective equipment should be used in accordance with the safety data sheet or the work instructions. The minimum PPE is a lab coat, goggles, gloves, and closed shoes. Whenever you aren't working on the hood, leave it running and lower the hood door as far as possible. Be safe, Ethan and David.